I am a third-year student at the University of Winnipeg. I am doing a double major in urban and inner-city studies and conflict resolution. And the reason that I take those classes is part of my work right now. I work for the Spence Neighborhood Association, and there I am a youth outreach worker. So I find that those classes that I take, the theory that I'm learning in them really help me apply them practically to my job pretty much every day working there. So I'm really fortunate to be able to take class, apply it, and then also the youth I'm working with to be able to use experiences working there and talk about them in class. So the business council really is, this financial support really helps me move forward. It's tough to try and work part-time and find other ways to support being a student. So I really want to stress my gratefulness for being able to be a recipient of this. And right before I came here tonight, I was at a planning meeting for Manitoba Aboriginal Youth Achievement Awards, and it looks very much the same when I go there, and that's coming up in a few weeks. So I really feel fortunate to be a part of that Maya family and see how this business council family provides a lot of that same support and really shows how important it is to stand behind students and to relate our experiences together and to help each other succeed in school and in life. And with that, I will say miigwech, miigwech.
The last time I was in school was in 2008. I withdrew because everything got overwhelming. And I pursued employment. But during that time when I was employed, I always regretted not finishing my degree. And, I really believe that God intervenes in your life and gives you really great, fantastic gifts. And I had my baby. There's Elijah. And I was able to apply for maternity benefits. And I thought, okay, right on, I'm going to get maternity benefits, to cover my living expenses. But I didn't want to, I knew I could just stay at home and go back to work, but I wanted my degree, and I just thought, yes, this is the opportunity for me to get my degree, to work on my schooling. So I applied for funding from my band, and I was so disappointed that they weren't going to fund me for that one last year. And but I wasn't going to let that stop me. I applied for all sorts of different scholarships. And when I got this one, I was crying, jumping up and down, because I had no other financial source to cover the tuition. And I just wanted to come here and give my thanks to all of the businesses that come together that give the awards to people like me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, because for me this means I'm gonna get my degree and maybe move on to further my employment. Not that I don't like my job. And I'm not saying that I won't go back, of course. I'm very fortunate. I've been very fortunate to work at really great places, but having my degree opens the door to so many other opportunities, and it provides so much, for my family to be proud of me, for my children to be proud of me. And it doesn't matter when you go back to school, as long as you go back and do it and finish it. So thank you so much.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Willie Starr, and I'm happy to be here tonight with each and every one of you. I'd just like to introduce a little bit about myself. I'm a father of 3 wonderful children, a student at the University of Winnipeg. I'm taking education. I have a job too. I work for a company called Occupational Rehab Group of Canada. just spread the awareness about missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls across Canada. My family have been affected by, I have a younger sister missing as well. Her name is Jennifer Catchway. She's been in the news lately, being in the news again tonight. I just wanted to mention a little bit about her and the struggles that we've been facing. I just want to share that with you, and I just want to thank you for investing in me and allowing me to pursue my education. And enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you very much.
Most of us who have gone through the CFS systems have lost everything. Our identities, families, communities, a sense of belonging. We get stuck in a depression, grief, addictions, and suicide attempts. We have to climb ourselves out of the darkness. I know I suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, and the Native culture has guided me out of the dark place. Singing has helped me heal and has lifted my spirits. I'm a single mother and have 3 beautiful children and I'm raising within the community and culture. I came back to Canada when I was like 13 from running away and was picked up by the Ohio State Troopers. Since then, I was put in foster homes and dropped off, like when I turned 18, it told me to make a living on my own. So at that time, I dropped out of school. It's taken me 25 years to get where I am today and to come back to school. And I want to thank this program for helping people come back to school and start their journey over again. Because it's really, really hard to bring yourself out of that. And I believe that education is the way out of the intergenerational effects of the past history that has affected our people. Thank you.
To go down this road, it isn't easy. It has its challenges, and knowing that there's an awesome organization like the Business Council that is there standing behind us and supporting us through this time that, a lot of us are just starting off, some are in their 3rd year, and I'm looking at another 4 years down the road, so I'll probably be applying again to Business Council in the next little while, considering the time frame that I have to be going to school. And I really want to say a big thank you to my auntie that came here with me. She had a really big impact on me being here, being in school. I was always those ones that, I'll just work, whatever, And she was one that showed me that, education is really important. She made it look so easy, having kids and going to school and working, and I'm like, okay, I'm only me. I don't have no kids, right? I'm like, I can do this. You can go to school and have kids and be able to succeed. It really just goes to show how strong you are. And I wanted to be that strong too. So I buckled down. I filled out those applications. I talked to several people. I researched schools, tried to find out where I fit. And when I found out where I fit, she was right there beside me, kind of you got this, you can do this. And that encouragement, I know there's a lot of us here that are recipients, and you have that person that you brought with you too that really makes a big impact on your life and your education and stuff. And it's really good to know that you have that support next to you. And a big thank you to the Business Council. Without you and your support and you guys coming together like that, we all wouldn't be here right now. So I really like to thank each and every one of you. Thanks.
I didn't even think of university because, first of all, I didn't have any money to go. So I'm like, how am I ever going to go to university? So then I worked for a year, and it was always just part-time work and just things that never really gave me enough money to support myself. So I researched and I found out about student loans, and I took out student loans, and I did my first year at the University of Winnipeg. And I always I had a better support system in Brandon. So the next year I transferred to Brandon University, and I've lived there for the last 10 years. And my first few time at university, I didn't do as well as I had hoped. I struggled with my own personal demons. I was financially and responsible for my 2 younger brothers while my mom dealt with her personal issues. And so I didn't do very well, and I dropped out. I couldn't get any more student loans, and Manitoba Métis Federation sponsored me last year, but I didn't finish. And so I went into the workforce, and I worked for about 4 years. And then in 2012, I had my daughter, Kira. Her name is Kira. And it was kind of like, what can I do with my life now? I have a daughter. I have someone I have to take care of and support. And I had been working at the university as a cook for about 2 years, and I decided to go back. And I worked full-time, and I wanted to finish my degree. I only needed 5 courses to finish a 3-year degree. So I went back, and I did really good, and I was really proud of myself, and I got really good encouragement from my professors, which I love about Brandon University. You actually get to know your professors' names, they get to know your names, and you get to know them on a personal level. And they're like, Cheyenne, you can just do more than a 3-year degree. Why don't you come back and finish off with a 4-year degree? And that's when I started applying for bursaries and stuff, because it was really hard working full-time and attending full-time, and trying to find time to spend with your daughter and everything like that. So I applied for bursaries and scholarships and everything I could, and it's because of these bursaries and scholarships that I don't have to work full-time anymore. And it's really had a positive impact both on my own personal life and also with spending more time with my daughter. And like the job I have now, it's flexible. It works around my school schedule. I don't have to be at work in the evenings. I can work during my class times, like during the space between my class times. And I don't have to work full-time. So that's why I really appreciate these kinds of bursaries and scholarships. Like, it actually really makes me feel less stressed, and also makes me allowed to spend more time with my daughter and be able to parent her and have those evenings and those weekends with her and everything like that. So I really appreciate that you guys take the time out to do this kind of stuff, because for someone like me, it really does benefit me, because without your support, it would make my life a little bit harder, or maybe a lot harder. So I really appreciate it, and I thank you very much.
I have 3 boys. Braden, he's 16, Ethan is 9, and Draven is 3. When I started, I wasn't sure how it would turn out. I struggled a bit. I did very well academically, but financially it was very tough. And the time consuming being a parent, it wasn't easy, and my son struggled for quite some time. I got a call from his teacher and the principal, and he was struggling within his first year, his year. And then with many appointments with the doctor and his teachers and the counselors, they came to our home weekly to figure out what was going on with him. So he was, after quite some time, he was diagnosed with ADHD. So it was very hard, because in my class I would get called and I'd have to go pick him up because he was being violent and doing things that he normally wouldn't do. So the first year was very tough, and many times I wanted to drop out. I didn't, and I finished off very well. I did very strong, so I got a scholarship at that point. So that scholarship took over to this year. So this year, when I started my second year, I was prepared, knowing what happened in the first year. I prepared myself, and then I got a letter from student loan because I dropped a course. I dropped a course in the summer, thinking I wanted to spend more time with my kids. It was very hard. So they weren't going to fund me this year. So I thought, okay, well, what am I going to do? So I thought, well, I have legal assistant training because I worked there for 5 years in a the law office. So I thought I'll just go apply. And as I was getting ready to leave my house to go apply for a job, I looked at my mailbox, and then it was a letter from the Business Council saying that they were going to sponsor my year. So thank you very much for that, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be in my second year right now. So thank you very much.
I was told that I was never going to make it, and I was never going to be anywhere. And here I am today, and I've had support in my program. My father died 2 years ago. I had a daughter last year, and I have great support in my program. It's the Access Program, Winnipeg Education Center, Phil Baker, and he's made my life easier. And I just want to encourage anybody to do it, that they can do it. And because I'm doing it, and here I am, and I want to thank you for helping me follow my dreams and believing in me. Jimagwitch.
I never had any supports as a child. Like I raised my siblings on my own, and so it was difficult. I came across Rossbrook House. It's a community center. They welcomed me in with open arms. You know, told me they believed in me when nobody else didn't, I guess. So. As a Métis woman, it was hard to find funding. I'm in this field for one reason, and I want to be that person a child can go to for advice. A simple hi, you know, that's my dream. And I'm up here today to thank the Business Council for making this happen. And you know, it changes a lot. You know, it makes a difference. And I thank you guys for that. And I want to thank my partner, Kevin. He's a second-year university student as well at the U of M. So I guess you can picture our household. Very crazy, but we get through it. I want to give them something I never had as a child. And that's everything they'll need and want. I want to thank my classmates. You know, we support each other, we inspire each other to, you know, move on to the next day and just be a better person than we were yesterday. And also my program. The WEC program is amazing. They have so many supports. It's so flexible, especially being a parent. Like, I'm sure you guys know this, but it's hard. You know, it's hard balancing your life at home and your studies, your homework. It's hard. But I want to thank all you guys and Business Council for making it possible. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Delma McLeod, and I'm in the pre-psychiatric nursing program through Brandon University. I just wanted to thank the Business Council because when I am done, when I do graduate, and I am helping so many people, I see so many people in a lot of pain, so many people struggling, and mental health. I'm so passionate about mental health. And I just want to thank you for your support, and I know that when I am out there helping more people, that you're a part of this too, and helping people that you don't even know. So thank you very much.
My name's Trina Everall. I'm from the University of Winnipeg. I just want to thank each and every one of you for your support on my education journey. I would not be here if it wasn't for you. I don't have family. I grew up in CFS. My dad was in and out in jail, so I wasn't placed with him. And I had a mom who will be seeing the lady from Brandon shortly. She was a little imbalanced. So, needless to say, I need the help, and I am so grateful that you are here and that you believe in Indigenous students and that you're here to support us. I don't know what else to say, but wholeheartedly, thank you. Miigwech.